Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Augusta McDonald. Rapidly changing fire conditions and critical fire weather prompt the Missoula County Sheriff's Office to place hundreds of homes under evacuation orders and warnings due to the Lolo Peak fire. In the past hour, westerly winds have pushed the fire northeast into the Mill Creek area. The latest evacuation warnings issued about 2 this afternoon includes Fort Fizzle to Balsam Road on both sides of Highway 12. Portions of Mormon Creek Road past and including Van Drive are also under an evacuation warning at this time. Residents in this area may be required to immediately evacuate in the future. Mandatory evacuation orders are in place for approximately 160 homes on both the north and south sides of Highway 12, starting at mile marker 20 in the Bear Creek area, and that extends to Fort Fizzle. U.S. Highway 12 is closed between milepost 20 and 30 west of Lolo due to fire activity there. A means alert was also issued just after 3 this afternoon, saying Highway 12 is also closed from Graves Creek to the intersection with Roper's Lounge until evacuation orders have been lifted. Travelers are advised to use an alternative route. Extreme weather at the Lolo Peak fire prompted authorities to order an immediate evacuation to residents living along a section of Highway 12 west of Lolo. MTN's Kent Lutzen joins us live from Lolo, where fire managers and public information officers are keeping residents up to date with the latest information. Kent.
Thanks, Augusta. Weather has played a huge role in this evacuation order as a dry, cold front along with strong winds has rolled through, creating a dangerous situation for some of these residents.
Given where this Lolo Peak fire is currently at and the fuels that are working in combination with the weather, expecting erratic fire behavior today, that the fire had grown to the point that the residents along Highway 12 that had been in an evacuation warning were in more danger and needed to evacuate.
Most residents were prepared and have been anticipating an evacuation for days.
The advice is for homeowners to gather up any valuables, whether it be personal papers, photographs, memorabilia. Make sure you gather up any medicines that you might need. Make sure you know where your pets are, or if you have livestock, things like that, gather those up.
Fire managers are unsure how long this evacuation order will last.
The last I heard, and this came from the operations center, is it could be a few hours and it could be a few days. And it's weather dependent. The fire has a mind of its own and it will do what it's going to do. And I have a lot of faith that the incident command team has a good handle and a good communication system in place so that we can get information out to people so that they can have the proper warning and or notice when they need it.
And has no containment. Reporting in Lolo, I'm Kent Lutzen, MTN News. Back to you, Augusta.
All right, thanks, Kent. The Red Cross opened a shelter for evacuees at the Florence Carlton Community Church. All evacuees are welcome and there is no cost to stay there. However, they are only allowing service dogs. And as people pack up and flee the flames, residents are encouraged to sign up for emergency alerts to keep up to date on the latest information from officials. Ravalli County residents can download the free Ravalli County Sheriff's app, and Missoula County residents are encouraged to sign up for Smart 811. MTN's Lauren Heiser spoke with some evacuees today and joins us now live from Lolo with their story. Lauren.
Thanks, Augusta. I'm here at the Firewise trailer set up for the Lolo Peak fire, where evacuees have been passing through pretty steadily all throughout the day. They're having to answer a lot of tough questions.
Well, there's a lot of things going through our mind. We've experienced this 4 years ago in 2013, so we were a lot more prepared this time. We had goats and chickens and ducks and having to get all our animals out and safe, and then us as well as our cats and dogs, and then where are we going to put them and where are we going to stay and how long. What are we going to do about work? And it just turns everything upside down for you.
As of this morning, sheriff's deputies have been going door to door notifying people that they needed to evacuate. They're also asking people to check in at Roper's Lounge. But even after evacuating, people are still facing many unknowns.
We don't know any information. It could be weeks, it could be never, it could be days. So we don't know. We're kind of in shock. So
For more information, you can contact your fire information line using the number on your screen. Now back to you.
All right, thanks, Lauren. So what's coming up next? A public meeting to discuss the blaze will be held tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the upper gym at Lolo School on U.S. Highway 93. However, back in Missoula, we did see some rain today, breaking a record dry streak, but the threat of thunderstorms continues with a red flag warning tonight. Meteorologist Louis Dort has the latest from the Weather Center. Louis.
Thank you, Augusta. Yes, we do have that red flag warning still in place this evening. Some thunderstorms for the most part rolled through earlier today, and they're continuing to slide off to the east. So for the most part, we've seen all the rain that we're going to get, and it wasn't a lot, but there's that red flag warning still in place until 9 p.m. this evening with those gusty winds still possible. So we did end that streak. 46 days is what we ended it at, and that rain today picked up about 1/1400ths of an inch. So not a lot of rain, but yes, definitely a little bit. There's a look outside at Hamilton. Still a little bit of rain falling around the area. Take a closer look at this in a few minutes.
Thank you, Louis. 42 guests at a West Glacier chalet evacuated quickly on Friday on foot, hiking out about 14 miles on an alternate route to get out of the way of fires sparked Thursday night by roughly 150 lightning strikes nearby. 3 fires caused concern late this week. The Sprague fire on the east side of McDonald Lake was nearest to the lodge, and the Rogers and Howe fires were also in that area. They hiked out to Jackson Glacier Overlook on the Going to the Sun Road. According to chalet coordinator Kevin Warrington, guests at Sperry Chalet hiked those 14 miles on Gunside Pass Trail, a reroute from their original entrance trail that was just 6.5 miles long. They received an evacuation notice Friday morning from the National Park Service and initiated that hike. 3 people were airlifted from the site by helicopter. Sperry Chalet remains closed, however, they do hope to reopen before the end of the summer. And a new fire in northwest Montana has quickly grown to 1,000 acres in the past 24 hours. The Tamarack fire, located in remote terrain between Kalispell and Libby, was started by lightning during a storm on Friday evening and was first detected early yesterday morning. It is currently under the command of the Libby unit of the Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation. Officials tell us no structures are currently threatened by this fire. A Type 2 incident management team has been ordered and will take over command of that fire at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Other fires in western Montana continue to experience changes. At the Sunrise Fire, Verde Creek evacuations will be scaled back to stage 1 tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. People with residences in that area will be allowed to return home. The Rice Ridge Fire experienced limited fire growth yesterday due to smoke, and the same slow growth is expected throughout today. This is the opposite of what fire managers expected heading into the weekend, so some good news there. And the next Rice Ridge Fire community meeting is set for tomorrow at the Seeley Lake Elementary School at 6 p.m. You can find reports on all of the fires burning in western Montana on our website. We'll continue to track all the details and the critical information you need with our Fire Watch coverage on air and online with our KPAX and KPAX mobile app, Facebook, and Twitter feeds. And a prominent white nationalist with ties to Whitefish was at yesterday's violent alt-right rally in Charlottesville. Still ahead, new information about a woman killed when a car slammed into a crowd at that rally. We'll have the latest from Virginia coming up on KPAX.